name is Sam Secrest, and I play football here at the University of Louisville. So, I'm choosing to modify the sport of football for individuals with unique needs. This is because it is a sport that is very important to me and a big part of my life. It is important that everyone can experience it the way that I have. Obviously, there will have to be significant modifications that are implemented, as the way that I currently play football is full of violent hits, split-second decisions, and many other aspects that do not exactly cater to individuals with unique needs. One of the main modifications that would be made is that there are not going to be football pads or helmets on the players. This is mainly because they will not be hitting one another, but also because individuals might respond to being tightly strapped into a helmet and shoulder pads in different ways. So, rather than tackling the ball carrier, the player that is on defense will simply tap them with both hands, and this will signify them being tackled. This is commonly referred to as two-hand touch. The game will also be played with only 5 players on offense and 5 players on defense, as compared to the traditional 11 players on offense and 11 players on defense. This will help to lessen the sensory overload of individuals and will allow for them to focus on a smaller group of opposing players and players on their own team. Finally, this will lead to less distractions, a smaller risk of injury, and reduce the overwhelming aspect of a large group and the social interaction that comes along with it. Another modification is that the football being used will be slightly deflated. That way, when the players go to catch the ball, if they end up trapping it against their body, there will be a lesser risk of them hurting themselves. Since there are not as many players, the game will also be played in a smaller area, which can range from around 20 to 30 yards in length and about 15 to 20 yards in width, rather than playing on a field that is 100 yards in length. This will allow for the players to not have as much ground to cover, and it will make it easier for individuals to make plays and potentially score touchdowns, which will make the game more fun for everyone. Depending on the skill set of the group playing, the game can even be modified to only include underhand throws. This would be included to adhere to individuals with lesser motor ability. This would be beneficial because the ball would not be traveling as hard at the player and would make it easier to see and catch. This can be decided during the warm-up and seeing how individuals are able to catch, throw, and react to the ball. The quarterback will be a hand-selected individual with a high motor ability and will be the quarterback for both teams. Each team will get 4 chances, otherwise known as downs, to surpass the length of the field, which again is about 20 to 30 yards. The game should be 4 quarters with 5-minute breaks in between the quarters, and the amount of time in each quarter can also be decided upon the skill level of the group. This will give time for each of the individuals to mentally reset and to get a much-needed break from the physical activity at hand. Although there are a lot of modifications made to the game of football in this instance, it still allows for individuals with unique needs to experience the game of football, even if it is just the basics.